All right, I'd like to make a quick video about my Gamo Urban 22. As you can see, I've got a Gamo G2 Elite. That's the brake barrel 177. I got that gun previous to this one. The scope that I have on my Urban here was on the Elite here because if anybody's had a brake barrel pellet gun, you know that they're extremely hard on scopes and hard to get them sighted in. If you don't buy one, that's tough. So this is a UTG 4x16, and it's tough, but it's not necessarily a great scope. So the two problems that I had when I got this Urban, I couldn't get it dialed in because, first of all, I had a parallax problem with the scope. When I had it all dialed out all the way to 14, if I didn't hold my head exactly right in the perfect position, I would have shots all over the place, and it baffled me for days. Then I figured that out, and all I did is I just tuned it back to 9 or 10, where there's zero parallax, and I was good. Another thing that I hate on this gun is the trigger. It's got an awful long pull. You have one adjustment that will take up the slack, but then there was no second adjustment for the trigger. As this one has an awesome trigger on it. I don't know why they didn't put this trigger on the Gamo Urban. It's ridiculous, but anyways, I found a fix for it. I found it on YouTube, but somebody did it on a cheaper version of the Gamo on a Wildcat that's about $100 gun, and it had the plastic trigger just like this one. So I figured I would give it a shot. It's this screw that's right behind the trigger there. Now it has a hex head on it. The size of that screw is 2.5 by 8, or I could only find 2.5 by 10 millimeter. Both worked good. And I don't know if you can see it, but it is the one that's right behind the trigger there. So what I did was I tightened up the only adjustment that there was, and I made sure that there was no play in the trigger. And before I took the old screw out, and then I had no play in here. I put the new screw in, and as I tightened it up, I could feel that there was starting to be play in the trigger, which there is now because I've got this one adjusted all the way in. Short story long, the trigger is absolutely fantastic. I took this gun outside just a few minutes ago, and at 25 yards, I put everything into a dime-size hole, and I wasn't really trying very hard. So I know if I had a good rest, I could probably put them all right inside the same hole. Loving the gun right now. I wasn't loving it when I got it, so hopefully that helps. They're hard to find. I found these screws, like I said again, 2.5 millimeter by 8 millimeter or 10 millimeter was what I found at Hobbytown, USA. Walked in, it was $2.50, the best upgrade that I could possibly spend for $2, and this gun is very cool. So I hope that helps. Any questions, put them down below. That's it.